Hello students, I am Dr. Meenakshi Maur, Assistant Professor, Zoology, Sri Savlaji Government College, Madhya, Chittorgarh. Today my topic is Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes are the animals which belongs to kingdom Animalia, and Platyhelminthes is a phylum. It includes about 13,000 species. Platyhelminthes are also known as a flatworms because they have flattened body. Members of this phylum range in size from a single cell organism to around 2-3 feet long animals. Now, general characteristics of Platyhelminthes. First is they are triploblastic, means uh, their tissue and organs develop from three primary embryonic cell, that is germ cell layers, and these tissue layers are the endoderm, which is innermost, mesoderm, which is middle layer, and the last ectoderm, which is outer layer. So here you can see tissue and organs develop from three primary three primary embryonic cell layers. So this is a endoderm, which is the innermost. Then this is a mesoderm, which is the middle, and the outermost is ectoderm. So it is a cross section through a planaria, that is a Judicea. So if we cut through if we see it so through cross section, then we can see three layers: endoderm, mesoderm, and ectoderm. Now these animals are acoelomate. What are acoelomate animals? An acoelomate is an animal that doesn't possess a body cavity. Unlike coelomates, animals with a true body cavity, acoelomates lack a fluid-filled cavity between the body wall and digestive tract. So, acoelomate animals are without coelom, or we can say without any body cavity. They are bilaterally symmetrical. So here you can see, if we cut animals through bilaterally, then one half of the animal is the mirror image of the another half part of animal. So bilateral symmetry is that symmetry in which if animal is cut through vertically in the middle from the this axis to this axis, then one part of the animal is the mirror image of the another half part of the animal. So platyhelminthes are bilaterally symmetrical. Then they may be free living or parasites. They are important parasites of humans. Uh, then they have organ system level of organization. Body has a soft covering with or without cilia. If cilia is present on the body, then it is with cilia. If it is not present, then body is without cilia. Body is dorso-ventrally flattened and it is without any segments, and it appears like a leaf. The nervous system of the platyhelminthes comprises the brain and two longitudinal nerve cords which is arranged in a ladder-like fashion. So here you can see this is an example of Digestia, where this is the nervous tissue, it is a brain, and there is a this longitudinal nerve cord. 1 and this is 2. So nervous system comprises the brain, this is the brain, and the two longitudinal nerve cords arranged in a ladder-like fashion. Here it is more clear. This is the brain and these are the two longitudinal nerve cords which is in ladder-like fashion. In platyhelminths, there is a no circulatory system. They respire by simple diffusion through the body surface. They do not have any respiratory organs for the respiration. Alimentary canal in platyhelminths is in blind sac plan, means there is no organs, specific organs for digestion. So it is like here you can see it's a blind sac plan and the mouth is present and the pharynx extended through the mouth. Then excretion is by flame cells. Flame cells help in excretion as well as osmoregulation. Here you can see this is the excretory system. This is the excretory pore. So flame cells. In flame cell this is excretory canal. So this is the excretory canal. And this is a cilia and there is a fluid and it is known as flame cell. So flame cells helps in the excretion. Now platyhelminths are hermaphrodites, that is both male and female organs are present in the same body. So hermaphrodite are those animals which has both male and female sexual organs or characteristics. So here you can see male organs like testis, penis, and the female organs like ovary, oviduct, there is one genital pore. So both the organs, male and female organs are present in the same animal. That's why they are hermaphrodites. The space between the body wall and the organ is filled with connective tissue parenchyma, and that helps in transporting the food material because they don't have any xylem or body cavity. So they have only the space between the body wall and the organ is filled with connective tissue parenchyma. Then they reproduce sexually by fusion of gametes and they reproduce asexually by regeneration, by fission and the regeneration. So regeneration is also one of the characteristic of platyhelminths. Fertilization is internal. The life cycle is complicated with one or more larval stages. Then they possess the quality of regeneration. So these are the general characteristics of platyhelminths. There are also some distinguishing features of the platyhelminths and that distinguish the platyhelminths from others. So first is the presence of flame cells. Then ladder-like nervous system with with brain and two longitudinal nerve cord. The presence of parenchyma in the body cavity, and they show self-fertilization. So here you can see the example of nervous system of flatworm. There is also ladder-like nervous system. Now, Examples of platyhelminthes. First is Dugesia, second is Fasciola, and third is Tinea. Dugesia, which is also known as planaria, Fasciola hepatica, that is liver fluke. Its common name is liver fluke. This is a tapeworm, that is Tinea solium. So Dugesia, it's anterior and it has obvious head, which is a triangular in shape with two laterally projecting head lobes or auricles. On the head, there are two cup-shaped black eyes. There are black eyes. The head is separated from the body by neck-like construction. The body is elongated with the dorsal surface slightly arched and the ventral surface flat. It is clear. It's like its ventral is more flat. Between the middle of the body on the ventral side, there is a mouth which leads into pharyngeal sheath, which contains a cylindrical pharynx, which can be seen through the body wall. The pharynx can be inverted to the mouth as proboscis. On the ventral surface, encircling the margin, there is an adhesive zone, and through which an adhesive substance comes out from the gland. So these are some important characteristics of Dugesia. Then second example is liver fluke. So liver fluke means Fasciola hepatica. It is Fistula is a genus of parasitic trematodes, and they are parasitic in nature. They are parasites in the ship. That's why it's known as ship liver fluke. They infect the liver tissue of wide variety of mammals, including humans. Then third example is a tapeworm. Tapeworm, its zoological name is Tinea solium. Tinea solium, it's a parasitic in human beings, and it is responsible for teniasis and cystosauruses in humans. So they are parasitic in nature. So this is all about general characteristics of platyhelminthes. So I summarize now. They are triploblastic, acoelomate, bilaterally symmetrical animals, and they may be free living or parasitic in nature. They have an organ system level of organization. Means cell, the group of cell forms a tissue, and tissue then forms a organ, and each organ has its specific function in animal. And its body is dorsoventrally flattened without any segment. The nervous system comprises the brain and the two longitudinal nerve cords, and these nerve cords are arranged in a ladder-like fashion. There is no circulatory system, and they respire by simple diffusion. Alimentary canal is in blind sac plan. Excretion is through phlegm cells. They are hermaphrodites, means both male and female organs are present in the same body. The space between the body wall and the organ is filled with connective tissue, that is a parenchyma. They reproduce sexually by the fusion of gametes and asexually by regeneration. Fertilization is internal. The life cycle is complicated with one or more larval stages. In liver fluke, there are some stages like Miracidium larvae, sporocyst. So there are more larval stages in their life cycle, and they possess the quality of regeneration. Regeneration means uh, when planaria cut into pieces, and each piece can regenerate into a complete organism. The cells at the location of wound site proliferate to form blastolema, and that will differentiate into new tissue and regenerate the missing parts of the piece of the cut. And this process is known as regeneration. And it is one of the quality of platyhelminthes. Thank you.